for this new grammar lesson, which is about the past perfect. Without further ado, let's jump right into the definition. We use the past perfect to talk about an action or a state that happened before another one in the past. This means that if two actions took place during a particular past time, the first action must be in the past perfect, while the one that follows is a past simple verb. This is the general idea or principle of the past perfect form. Let's find out more about this in the following practical example. Yesterday morning, when I arrived at the station, the train had already left. As you can see, we have a combination of two past tense verbs, as the context is in the past. The meaning of this sentence points out that, first, the train left the station, then, I arrived late. But if we want to emphasize the logical order of events, it's very important to make use of words like when and already. We can also make this combination of past simple and past perfect using conjunctions like after and before, highlighting the importance of logical order of events. Please notice the difference in these two examples. Before he had an accident, Peter had been the best player in the team. After the Titanic had received many warnings, it hit the iceberg. I'd like you now to have a look at these examples with different expressions, this time with as soon as and by the time. First of all, let me tell you that both expressions can be used in the same way as after and before. As for as soon as, it means immediately after, and it is directly followed by a past perfect form, just like in this example. As soon as I had written my essay last night, I went to bed. As you can see, the logical order of actions puts had written as the first action. Then right after it comes the action presented in the past simple went. However, for the second expression by the time, which means just before, must be followed by an action in the past simple, stressing the idea that up to that moment or just before it, something had already taken place or happened. Exactly like the following example. By the time I went to bed last night, I had written my essay. As you notice, the two actions had written and went have swapped positions in this example, putting the past simple right after the expression by the time, with no change in the meaning, of course. Concerning the rule of the past perfect, it is quite simple and easy to apply, especially if you make use of a verb list showing the three forms: infinitive, past simple, and past participle. The basic rule puts the subject in the first place, followed by either an affirmative form with had or a negative form with hadn't, in addition to the past participle. The past participle is the same as the past simple form if the verb is regular, as with invite, past simple, invited, past participle, invited. As you can see, they are one and the same. But when it comes to dealing with irregular verbs, as you know, there is no single rule. Some verbs like buy take the same past simple form, just like the regular verbs. Here we have bought and bought for both past simple and past participle. Other verbs, such as the verb to speak, takes spoke for the past simple and spoken for the past participle, with a slight difference. Now you must be ready to find out more about the different meanings and usages of the past perfect. Sentences expressing cause-effect relationship in the past can also make a combination of both past simple and past perfect forms. If we join the two following sentences, I was late for work yesterday, I didn't set the alarm clock, with the cause-effect conjunctions because and so, we can get A. I was late for work yesterday because I hadn't set the alarm clock. B. I hadn't set the alarm clock, so I was late for work yesterday. As you can see, both sentences point out the cause-effect relationship with the cause in the past perfect. Let's check the following example for better understanding. If we combine the two clauses, we get this sentence. I was broke because I had spent all my money on clothes. Again, the reason, which is spending all the money, took place before being broke. That's why we put it in the past perfect form, as simple as that. The past perfect is also very common in reported speech, especially after reporting verbs such as said and told. The following example is the direct speech of Ahmed, who said, "I passed my driving test yesterday." Please pay attention to what really happens when we report Ahmed's speech to someone else. Ahmed said that he passed his driving test the previous day. As you notice, the past simple verb has changed to past perfect form because it was preceded by a reporting verb in the past simple, which is said, emphasizing that passing the driving test happened before telling other people about it. In the same way, when we deal with reporting a question in the past simple, the main verb directly changes to past perfect, as in the following example. What did you eat this morning? If we report this question or any other WH question, the verb structure takes the affirmative form in addition to the past perfect. Here is the resulting statement. Saif asked his friend what he had eaten that morning. One more usage of the past perfect can be found in sentences starting with wish and if only, expressing regret about past experiences or talking about a situation one would like to change in the past, which is absolutely impossible because it is unreal. The two following examples illustrate how the past perfect is used. 1. I wish I had prepared for the exam. 2. If only I had woken up early this morning. In both examples, the situation is clearly impossible to change. In other words, failing the exam happened in the past, and I'm just upset and not happy being in this situation, and there is nothing I can do about it now. The same applies to the second example, as the person here might have had a problem at work because of waking up late, which now he can't change.